want to introduce yourself, say what your role was in the film, and I'll pass mine this way.
Hi everyone, this is Andrea. I'm the director and one of the writers of the film. Thank you everyone for coming. I hope you enjoy the film.
Hello, I'm Sara. I was in the camera team and was one of the camera operators.
Hi, I'm Josephine. I was interviewed in the film.
And Joe was interviewed in the film as well.
Hi, I'm Paula. I also wrote the script together with Andrea, and you'll be also seeing me in the film quite a lot.
Hi, I'm Elena, and
She's in the film too. Anyway, take a good look, then you can ask them more questions later on, because we're not doing the Q&A at the end. I wanted to ask Andrea and Paula, first of all, about how the project came about. It's obviously a very personal project, because it's more of a snapshot of your lives and the people that you know than a kind of documentary looking at something that you've researched, if you like. So could you maybe talk a little bit about how the project came about? I think there's a mic over there that
The project started at my final year here for my BA, and it was going to be a photography book that me and Paula were going to do. Just, as you said, just showing some people that we knew in Madrid, the city where we were born, and then London, because I moved here and I lived here for 5 years, and then Paula, that has been living in Berlin for 8 years now. And we just wanted to, show a little window of what we were seeing, all the people that we were meeting, and what we found in the places that we lived away from what we left in Spain. And then we got so lucky that we got the chance to transform it in a documentary, and we made our film.
Do you also want to talk a little bit about one of the things that's quite startling to know about the film is that you filmed everything in a month. So you basically made the film in a month, pretty much, in the 3 cities. So could you maybe talk a little bit about what that was like?
Yeah, so this was, when we ended up having only this time and to shoot all the stuff we wanted to shoot. And so this was like a production decision. We did have a camera team that accompanied us like from Madrid, Berlin, and London. And well, I think it was very intense, and I think for documentaries it's very uncommon. For me, it was like, I said yesterday already, but it was a very interesting experience, because I'm not used to working this method, because I'm more like, my background is more like, I work in Berlin, more DIY or with like very small teams, no budget. So it is definitely a very different experience to have a team of people that are working as professionals, but maybe not involved in the political developing of the film. So this was for me the process.
Yeah, and I also think when we're thinking about the project, things are constantly changing so fast, so quick. So in a way, we also thought the story we wanted to tell had to be at that moment, because at that moment Paula was living in Berlin, also Elena, I was living in London, and you never know, like maybe if we didn't do it so quick, it wouldn't, it was going to be difficult to tell what we wanted to tell if time went by.
Great. And I think maybe last question before we actually get to the film, and we talked about this at the other screening as well. There's lots of films this year about kind of lesbian history and lesbian identity, and the word lesbian comes up a lot in this film, and it's quite striking for a film that's about a particular generation and looking at what to me seems to be more of a queer scene, perhaps just maybe from particularly the Berlin stuff seems way more queer than maybe lesbian identified, and I just wondered about why that was important to you to kind of have that there.
Well, I think in a way, first of all, in Spain, at least in the circle that I am surrounded by, the word queer is not even really used. So, because I know Paula, and I saw what she was living in Berlin, then I did learn something about queerness, the queerness world, but that's the only queer world that I know, what Paula showed me. So, it's what you say is not, maybe it's a little bit on purpose, but not really. It started to be a lesbian movie, a lesbian film about lesbian women, but then it became a film about a lot more. And there's many people that collaborated in the film and that we met throughout the process, that everything became a lot bigger and a lot more, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I think also maybe the film does reflect the lack of contextualization that a lot of people have actually in Spain. We were talking about this yesterday, how much we are maybe lacking the information of our own history, and how are we now with our resources writing our own history without maybe being aware of so much more material that we're maybe getting to see, for example, now in the festival. And yeah, I mean, this is something we have to work on, I think.
Please do come up and talk to everyone. We'll all be around the building after the film, so it's kind of strange to have a longer introduction than we have. But thank you so much, Joe, Josephine, Sarah, Andrea, Paola, and Elna, for being here. Hopefully people will be around later to give you comments and questions. Thank you all for being here. Have a great screening and enjoy the rest of the festival. Thanks.